What's up YouTube, Brian here, back again with another video. Today we are doing a quick unboxing. I got a very cool package in the mail from our friends at the Hookup Tackle. So this is all we're going to do. We're just going to dive into this thing real quick, talk about it, get some initial reactions. So Ben, the owner and operator at Hookup Tackle, he's been apparently working on a special project about doing a high-end monthly tackle box subscription service. He's going to call it the BENto Box, which is fantastic alliteration. Shout out to Ben, that's genius. Really great marketing. The one thing is his BENto boxes are going to be a lot more expensive than your MTBs, than your Monster Bass boxes, all those, you know, name your box subscription service, whatever. It's going to be $100. But he is going to apparently make sure that you're getting a full $100 worth of your tackle. And he's also going to be slipping in a lot of like Mega Bass Respect colors, limited edition colors, shop exclusive colors. So I guess he's trying to make it so that you can't just go build your own bento box with stuff off the shelf. You have to use his service or his subscription box to get all this like really cool and unique colors, which is also a great idea. So I'm excited to see how this goes. He dropped the first box. There was only 200 of these. They were for sale pretty much all day. So he dropped them in the morning. I got on it right away. I don't think they sold out until later in the afternoon, like, I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but they did sell out. So when he drops the next version of this box, I'd say if you don't jump out in the first few hours, you might have a chance of losing out on this. So anyway, so that's what's in this thing. I have not opened it yet. Shout out to my knife nerds. I'm going to use my Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight, which I really like this knife. I got it last year. Killer knife if you are looking and you're a knife nerd. I highly suggest the Para 3 Lightweight. Really cool knife. Anyway, let's go and dive into the box. So I also squeaked in one other thing into this order, and I think that's the first thing that's going to pop up. So we're going to talk about this next. So stick around for that. Oh, that's cool. So Ben, right away, he stuck a big old Mega Bass sticker in the box. I have probably about 7 of these things at this point. So I'm just going to add this one to the collection, but I love these stickers. They're really heavy duty. So if you ever actually put one of these stickers on your truck or your boat, it's really good, thick gauge vinyl. These are some serious stickers. So we got our Mega Bass troll sticker in the box. So shout out to Ben on that. All right. So we got our order form. JDM BENto Box number 1. So this is the first box in the BENto series. Just a regular old, it's not coming in like a sushi box, Ben. I mean, come on, you got to take the theme to the next level by including like a little sushi looking box. That would be really cool. So we're going to pop this bad boy open. Now, Ben already teased the baits that are in this box, so it's not a mystery box. He was very clear on what was going to be in this thing for the people who ordered the first box. So I do have a rough idea of what's in the box, but there's some of these baits I've never seen before. So here we go. We got her open. Let's jump right in. Let's see what's in the first one here. Okay, so he did throw one of these Jackal, these MC60s or MR60s. These are like the mid-running Jackal crankbaits. I have never used one of these things. However, this isn't a fantastic color for me because Red Craw is a really great color for smallmouth fishing. And this thing dives to 7 feet, so it's kind of like that DT6 style depth. But man, the colors on this thing is fantastic. Let's see if we're getting this in. So yeah, it's got yellow, and then your fire craw, and then on the top there's like green pumpkin. So this is a really cool bait. I don't know anything about Jackal crankbaits. This is actually, I think, the first one I've ever owned. I own Jackal frogs. I've owned Jackal jerk baits. I've owned Jackal plastics, but this is going to be my first Jackal crankbait. So thank you to Ben. I think the mid-running, the 6 foot depth, 7 foot depth is perfect for my Wisconsin smallmouth lakes. I'm going to bust this thing out in the spring. I'm going to throw this on probably the swing fire or the javelin. That'll be my 2 rods that'll probably throw that guy. So next up, this is a really cool one. So this is a Lucky Craft LV500 in bone. So this is a exclusive color that Ben helped design. Apparently Lucky Craft has never had a bone, and Ben had them do a shop exclusive run of these. And I think as of right now, the only place to get this bait was in the BENto Box. So I don't know if he's going to put them up for sale generally on his website, We'll see. But anyway, it's cool. It's got a little brown around the eyeballs. But yeah, a bone. Lucky Craft LV500. You can't go wrong. Pretty classic bait. This is one I'm excited about. This is yet another Vision 110. I have about a gazillion of these things, and a lot of them I haven't even taken out of the package. But this is a respect color. This is called GS Kawa Hagai. Kawahigai. Kawa Hagai. So let's take this out and look at it up close. This is a respect color. This color is freaking cool. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to put it up to the camera. It's very green. He's got that pearl orange belly, but it is very translucent. I can see right through this thing. It's got a dark green top, light green middle, translucent. This looks a lot like a bluegill. I think this is going to be a really great bluegill looking imitation jerkbait. I will 100% be adding this to the jerkbait box. I'm not going to leave this one in the package. This one is going into the rotation. So very, very happy with that color. That's going to be a great color for our lakes up north. We got a Pop Max. This is an exclusive respect color. Well, not exclusive, but it's a respect color. This is called IL Sirius. So maybe it's for the Harry Potter fans. It's the Sirius Black Edition. So, okay, so what's interesting about this bait is in the pictures, this thing looked a lot darker, but in person, this thing is really clear. So we got a bright orange yellow body. The bait is very, very translucent. I can see right through this thing. And then it's got a gold stripe down the top. So, what's interesting, my initial thoughts on this bait right away is this is going to be a really good clear water bait. So on my clear lakes that I fish, on clear lakes I usually throw the python, the white python, the baby bass, or I like the, what's the color that looks like a bug? It's escaping me at the moment, but I think this one I'm going to add into the rotation for fishing clear lakes. This one is another one that is not going to sit in the package. I'm going to add this to my top water box, and we're going to go out and see if we can catch some clear water largies and smallies with that thing. So I like that Pop Max color. I'm glad it's not one of those like kind of crazy goofy colors. I mean, I like the goofy Pop Max colors, don't get me wrong, but this one is very, we can actually use this one and probably catch a lot of fish with it, so pumped about that. Now, here's an OSP High Pitcher Max. So this is OSP, Osprey. I have some of their plastics. I've never had a hard bait. So this is going to be my first OSP hard bait, and this is a pretty cool spinnerbait, half ounce, which I like. I'm a big fan of half ounce spinnerbaits. I usually throw them on the Javelin or my Diablo Evolution, Diablo Spec L. Or Spec I, whatever. But yeah, so I will say that off the rip, I'm liking the blades on this thing. These blades have white on the inside. They're not just silver, so they're silver. Silver on the front, and they actually have a white pearl on the back of the blade, so it kind of matches the color of the body. So it looks like there's actually, so when you flip this around, it looks like it's like white, white, white. So it looks like there's 3 bait fish swimming. The hook keeper on this thing is interesting. It's got a double barb, which is kind of cool. I think a white hog farmer on the back of this would be great. Maybe even a white dual live stick, which I don't have any, but yeah, really high quality looking bait here. That head is really cool. It's got real eyeballs on there, not painted. They're actually glued in. So this is a nice looking spinnerbait. It's white. You can't go wrong with white spinnerbaits on overcast, windy days. This is always a good color. So we'll definitely be throwing these. And then the last bait in the box. Oh, okay. So this is hiding at the bottom. So Ben took a page out of like MTB, and he actually made a card that says stuff about the bait. So let's read this. It says, "Thank you for purchasing the JDM BENto Box. This month we see some very special items. I'll break down my choices on the back of this card. Enjoy and thank you, Tackle Okatu," which is Ben's like Instagram name. So he talks about the colors. He says that they're rare, one of the sexiest bait fish patterns. Ben loves to use the word sexy when he's talking about baits, which I think is also kind of hilarious. He's really into this stuff. So the last bait, let's talk about the Sakamata Shad. So this is the Depths Sakamata Shad. I don't know a ton about this bait other than that it's basically a fluke style bait. But what supposedly sets this bait apart is that it's got like fins on it, so that it's got like a boat or a plane. It's got little wings on it, so when you twitch it, it doesn't roll. It stays flat and kind of glides down. Apparently, this bait is getting more and more popular. This is a 4-inch. This thing is small. Okay, I get it. So it sits flat. If you notice when you turn it outside, let me see if I can get that in the camera. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got little wings, but they're not straight. They kind of are arced. So I can totally see rigging this on a really small EWG hook. This thing, or even just nose hooking this thing, just a straight nose hook on a spinning rod will probably get bit. Man, Minnesota crappies would probably go nuts for this thing on a drop shot. Just thinking out loud. I know this is not a drop shot bait. This is a fluke style bait. They fish weightless, but man, I could totally see Minnesota crappies just going after this thing. So anyway, I'm gonna play with this bait. I wish it was a little bigger. The 4-inch seems a little small for me. Obviously, you're gonna have to throw this on spinning tackle, which is up my alley. That's fine. So anyway, overall, this box has all, unlike MTB boxes, this is all baits that I 100% will throw. I love throwing Pop Maxes. This is a really usable color. White spinner baits is something we always have to have up here in the North Country for those like windy, rainy, overcast days. This is always a go-to. This jerkbait color looks very bluegill-ish, so I like that. I'm going to have to play with the Sakamata Shads and see what they're great at. Obviously, this color is more for clear lakes. It's super translucent and very, very see-through, but man, there's a lot of flake. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, LB bone. I mean, you can't go wrong with bone. I'm gonna fish this on rock piles for smallies as well. And then this one I'm probably the most excited about, to be honest. I didn't think I was until I saw the color, but the color on this thing is sick. It's called Molten Craw and in this 60 MR. So excited to try out Jackal crankbaits. If I like it, who knows? Maybe we'll get some more colors. But so shout out to Ben. I think this box is a cool idea. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, it's $100. But I mean, this is $25. This is $22, or so you got $40 in baits right here. I think these things are another $20, and then obviously these aren't cheap. Last thing, I ordered this. This is not part of the box, so let's open this bad boy up real quick before we sign out of the video. This is a bait I missed the first time Hookup had them in stock, but I had to get them on the second time. And let's try and get this open. This is, man, he packed this really well. I'm having struggle bust getting it off. And this is a swim bait, but this is the Depths Tiny Bull Shooter. So this is the small version of the bull shooter. This is a 1 ounce. How big is it? Length is 100 millimeter. So I think that's like what, a 4-inch swim bait or something like that. But this thing is really, really, really nice, and they are $50. So they're kind of expensive, but every Depths hard bait is expensive. This color, I believe, is called Real Gill. Oh shoot, I don't remember the color. Real Bluegill. So if we look at this thing, it's very realistic. It's actually pretty dark, even though you can see through it. It's semi-translucent, but to me, that's the right color for up here, especially in maybe slightly, really any watercolor up here. But so this is a 1 ounce glide bait. This thing glides really well from tank videos I've seen of it. I've never actually used the tiny bull shooter, but what's cool about this is it's only 1 ounce, so you can throw it on your typical like 7-foot to 7'4" medium heavy rod. You don't need a special dedicated swim bait rod. Your typical jig rod, or like your maybe big medium heavy glass or something like that. So you don't need a fancy rod to throw this thing because it is only 1 ounce. So I'm excited to try this out. This looks snack size for around the spawn. So I think around when fish are up in either bedding or they're in post spawn, like protective mode of their beds, this will probably really piss some largemouth out. So I'm excited to throw this thing. Oh, it's got a really cool little white hit on its head, which is interesting. I didn't even notice that from any of the pictures. But overall, excited about this bait. It's got rubber fins. So look at these little rubber fins on the bottom. I mean, it's $50. This is a tough bait to swallow for most people because you can get the like tiny bull shad from Catchco for like, which isn't not a glide bait like this, but you know, similar kind of like small bluegill looking like bait, and you get those for like $17. So I'm excited to try this. I have no idea how well it's going to work, but hey, why not? So anyway, that's the Depths Tiny Bull Shooter. I'll leave some links in the description on where you can get this stuff. You can't buy this bento box. It is sold out. You can attempt to get the second one when he launches that, which will probably be next month. So keep an eye on Ben's and Hookup's Instagram stories to find out how to get the bento box number 2. And if it's as good as this box, I will very likely be buying it. However, if it's full of like Pop Maxes and Vision 110s every single month, I might not buy every single box because I literally have so many jerkbaits and Pop Maxes that I'm never going to get through. I don't need, whatever, for a year that'd be 12 more. I don't need 12 more 110s. I don't need 12 more Pop Maxes. So hopefully Ben mixes the thing up a little bit and doesn't always do the exact same types of baits all the time. But you know, I trust him. He knows what he's doing, and super excited to see where this thing goes. So shout out to Hookup Tackle, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the flip side.